Hello and welcome to Why Wait Till Sunday. This is your Sleeper Saturday for the fourth installment here. So we are now 1 month into Sleeper Saturdays. We have done Bailey Zappi. We did Kyle Williams, who had an amazing freshman season on market share. We did last week Mateo Durant from Duke, who looks like he could be a workhorse in 2021. And this week we are going to do Romeo Doubs from Nevada. Now, everybody loves Carson Strong, kind of as a sleeper quarterback for the 2021 class. And, I was kind of looking into him a little bit and realized that his receiver, top receiver, nearly had 30% of the market share. So I was like, who's this Romeo Doubs guy? Honestly, never really heard of him until the end of the DFS season, where I actually played him some on slates that had Nevada. And then in his bowl game slate, I played Doubs as well. Because he was commanding tons of the offense. In 2019, Elijah Cooks was kind of a hot name. He was a big 6'4" receiver and had a really nice season in 2019. But I think he either opted out or something happened. He did not play this year. And Romeo was really, really good on paper by the numbers, but then also the tape was pretty impressive as well. So that's why I wanted to do a Sleeper Saturday with him because I don't really think anyone's talking about him despite the love for Carson Strong in the Devi and, C2C community. So we're going to take a look at Carson Strong's number one receiver this week. And just a quick hit for him. He's a 6'2", 200-pound, primarily outside receiver. He's returned punts since his true freshman season. He scored a touchdown on his first collegiate touch, which was a punt return he housed against Portland State in week 1. As a sophomore, he nearly broke 20% market share, coming just shy at 19%. Like I said, Elijah Cooks was kind of the main guy who was a junior, I believe, at the time. So, an older player outshined him. But still, he almost met 20% as a sophomore, which is kind of the bare minimum. Very, very close. And then as a true junior, he hit 29% of Nevada's receiving production if you count just yards and receptions. I don't really always count touchdowns, but he had 9. So he had 58 for 1,002 and 9 touchdowns in only 9 games in 2020. So that sets the backdrop for Doubs. We are going to get into the film here. We're going to share screen. And I've got it set up so we can get like a bigger version of the YouTube thing. And I've cut this for some of his games against San Jose State and then San Diego State. San Jose State had a decent defense, and San Diego State actually had a pretty good defense with a NFL hopeful corner who was on him, a pretty decent amount of the time. So, not like a high pick, but I think he's in, he has potential. The San Diego State corner, number 23, we'll see. He has potential to be an NFL, at least an NFL draft pick. So decent competition, even though it was the Mountain West. So here we go, Nevada, San Jose State, and let's see what Romeo can do for us here. All right, so Strong is in the shotgun. He will be most of the time. This is going to be a screenplay. And Doubs makes a guy miss, but can't quite get away from that tackle. He shows a little shiftiness here, but it doesn't really end up with anything. So he catches the screen pass right here. The blocking's not set up. We've got 3 blue shirts coming in here. We've got 1 blocker out here. This guy's already basically missed his block on 18. There's really nothing happening. The fact that he makes this guy miss is something, although, and this guy's just, what are you going to do here? You'd have to be, this is basically something where the expectation is that he gets tackled. And if he does anything at all, it's better than expectation, in my opinion. I mean, if he's really fast, I guess he could sneak up here. But he's got these guys closing in. I mean, if he was just lightning, he somehow gets past 18, jukes 1, he hits the block, and he could take it out this way. But I think that would be asking a lot in this situation. He tries to make 1 guy miss, but, doesn't quite get there. So here we go. I think I remember this play. So there's a running play. Doubs is down here. You're going to see him late in the run. Look at him. He's blocking 50 yards downfield. That's a teammate right there, folks. And normally I don't get excited about blocking, but look at this. I mean, this run started at the, about the 20-yard line. And Doubs is taking his man all the way downfield. We're on the other 30. I mean, that's 50 yards downfield. He's still scrapping out there. So that's good to see. I saw that a number of times. I mean, contrary to Kyle Williams, we saw two Sleeper Saturdays ago. Doubs does seem to show an aggressiveness and a willingness to throw a block out on the outside. That was a little high for Doubs. Of course, you'd love to see him come down with it, but I mean, that's real high. That barely hits his fingertips, I think, at all. We didn't get a replay. But let's look at the route. So he's going to be in the slot here, actually. Normally he does play. I think he's going to be in the slot here. Yes. And it's a high pass, but actually there's a little nuance here that I kind of like. As you'll see. So he's opening up inside here, which I like. It's not just a straight out. He's actually shifting his body a little bit, trying to sell, really sell that inside. And then he goes out, and there's some nice, I mean, that's pretty nice separation there. By the time that, I mean, look at this. This is way open. I mean, way open. If Carson Strong can put it in his breadbasket, he can turn up field and maybe have blocking here. This could have been a big play. Alas, I mean, look at the point the ball gets there. I don't know. We can't see. That's, it's fingertips. I don't know if I'd call that a drop. That would be a tough catch. And honestly, even if he caught it, he's going to fall down at that point. Strong needs to put that ball, right here. And then he can turn upfield. Maybe that's a dang touchdown. I mean, they're on the 20-yard line about, or sorry, 25, I guess. But he catches this in stride, turns upfield. This guy throws a block and he can make 22 miss. That's a touchdown. But it ended up being nothing. But I do like the route here. Let's watch it again in full motion. So he actually, he starts here about, let's see, 1 yard inside the hash mark. And you'll see it's a tricky route. He actually goes out first. So, potentially pulling this guy, you would think you're pulling this guy out only to then come in for a second. This is a nuanced little route here, actually. Coming out towards the hash mark, then in, then back out. And this guy is pretty frozen. I mean, he can't open up at all. And there's a ton of separation there. That's a nice route, I think. In my limited experience, reading, you don't always even get to watch these routes because sometimes they're down at the bottom of the screen or something like that. But we get to see this one in all its glory. Let's see it one more time. So he goes out towards the hash mark, in, out again, tons of separation there, and an incomplete. This is him here. And that was another little, I like it. I mean, I included it because we want to see as much as we can, not all the completion. So he's in motion, going to come into the slot here and start at a little bit of an angle. So, his shoulders are not square going downfield. He kind of, motioned in, and now he's coming on a little angle here, but now he comes up. So that was a sharp little cut up. I mean, that was kind of nice. So he's casual up and then backing over. So, the ball didn't go to him, but I think the point of that is creating some separation again. So cutting up, this guy is way out of position. So now whatever Doubs wants to do, he can do. Unfortunately, the ball's already in the air. He's trying to throw and get the first down over here. But this guy is dead in the water. Whatever Doubs wanted to do, he could have done. So that's nice. I mean, I think he created that guy and put him in a bad spot. So here we got another little basically bubble screen. He's isolated, and he did not make anyone miss there. You'd like to see him win that one-on-one, when he catches the ball. Obviously, You can't win them all, but you'd really like to see him win this. This is one-on-one, man. I mean, you really want to see him win this, and he just doesn't. I mean, he kind of puts not a great move. So, bummer. I mean, you can't be 100% all the time. So here's coming across. He does have enough speed to get by one tackling, makes another guy miss. I like that. I think we're going to get another angle here. See it from the other side. Again, not a great pass from Strong. But here's Doubs. He's kind of just chilling, dragging. And again, I mean, that pass is not great. He has to stop his momentum and catch it behind his body. You want to put that ball here so he can just catch it, continue his momentum. He's already got, this guy's got room to close. But if Doubs can catch this, in full stride, I think, you have a chance because this guy 25 is chasing. So the catch is not that impressive, but it did stop his ability to really accelerate afterwards. He still is able to get past him, which I think is nice. And I think, obviously that tells you if he had been fully in stride, he definitely would have beat him. He wouldn't have even gotten a hand on him. And then 19 does make a block here, or actually doesn't make a block. But Doubs is able to do that, stop, and finally just kind of did go down. But, puts a little stiff arm there. That's nice. He kind of did a little bit to fend him off. But, I mean, yeah, he bobbles because it's behind him. I mean, you don't love that, but look at this. I mean, there's no momentum here at all. He's completely no forward lean because he's trying to catch this ball, and, that really limits him. And he still is able to shield that, kind of break that tackle. So, not terribly impressive, but there's some little things there, I think. All right, this is a contested catch, so he can go win up, shield his body, and make a big catch here. Let's see how he does it. Back shoulder, but that's decent position, right? I mean, he didn't blow by him, but I don't know if the route called for it automatically. He knew it was going to be back shoulder or not, but he obviously didn't blow by him or anything like that. We'll see here. It is press. He never gets really a hand on him. And so Doubs is just playing this kind of casually. Actually doesn't look like he's trying that hard. So maybe he was trying to set him up to eventually put the brakes and hit the back shoulder. But look at this. He's now converted all the way in front of the DB from being on the other side. Now he's put himself completely in position. I mean, that's a box out. You talk about boxing out. That's a box out right there. I mean, this guy's no chance. Maybe he could get a hand up, but I mean, that's a strong position with the ball coming right here for Doubs. And catches it with his hands, actually, right? I mean, there's a lot of definitions of what is a body catch, but like those hands are out in front. Maybe lets it a little too into his body, but his hands are in good position to try and catch that. That's not body, I don't think. His hands are out. There's space here. I mean, he can't catch it out here. So he does put his hands out. That could easily be something you let into your body, but he's got those strong hands on there. Maintains all the way to the ground. So look at this, though. I mean, what else do you want? That's a box out. The DB actually does have hands up here. This might even be PI, to be honest, but full-on box out. He's got perfect position to me. I mean, what else do you want? He's up in the air. He's at the tallest point. And reception. Like to see that. Oh, that's a bummer. Really almost went up and got that. Hands, not quite strong enough there. Disappointing. You'd love to see. I mean, he comes down with this, and we're hooting and hollering with excitement. So let's see this other one here. So what's the route? We're going to be holistic here. Let's watch the route. So he's at the top of your screen. I wasn't able to cut it completely from the start, but basically he's just running forward, but he's going to pump the brakes here and create some separation. I mean, look at this. This guy was definitely concerned about the long ball, which we will see in some other clips. And he's got 4 yards here coming back. But the ball's high. He has to jump backwards. And he's got it. I mean, he's got the ball falling backwards, but the DB looks like he does a pretty good job. I think punches it out. Um, but this is another Carson Strong misthrow, in my opinion. Like, this is a comeback. He's hit the brakes. He's right here. I mean, should be an easy completion. But instead, he's got to go back a yard. I mean, when he was ready, he was right here. He had to go back a yard. He does put his hands up. He basically catches it. I mean, if this was against air, he catches that ball. His hands are good. Unfortunately, I think the DB 23 does get a punch in there on the fully exposed football, which is a good play. I mean, of course, you'd love to see Doubs hang on to that. But it's also a completion of Strong puts in the right spot. Let's watch him here. What is the footwork coming back on this stop turnaround? Pretty good. I mean, he stops forward momentum. He doesn't linger. Let's watch it on halftime here. I mean, that's pretty solid. I mean, he just kind of stops. I think that's a pretty good route. Someone correct me, please. I am, honestly still learning a little bit of watching wide receiver film, but to me that looked pretty sharp, like a pretty sharp turnaround. So anyway, here we go. We're on the let's see, 42. Oh no, whoops, big mistake there. So okay, there's the incomplete. And here we are on the 42. This Doubs at the top. Another stop turnaround. This he does catch the ball, so he did it again. I mean, there's another example, almost the same play. It's a pretty quick stop. I mean, maybe one step too many. He does take like 2 or 3. Pretty quick, and there's definitely separation. I mean, look again. If Carson Strong does put the ball in the right spot here, this guy was still definitely giving him plenty of room. He did not want to get beat deep, so he puts the brakes on. He's wide open with 3 yards, and this one, easy catch, and the other one could have been as well. So that's much better from Strong. And Doubs, he just kind of looks solid. I like his build. And we're just chilling. Let's see. All right, next play. Doubs is up here at the top. Like I said, mostly is running on the outside. Now sliding into the slot here. And I included this. I think it ended up being a sack or something. But, like, I just liked how he kind of maneuvers here. He cuts inside and gets past him. Now he's free. Now, of course, there's safeties back there and stuff. But, like, I don't know. I thought that was kind of clean, The the linebacker that he got through there didn't really put a hand on him or anything too much, but it was pretty clean, pretty smooth, getting through there. I think it ended up being a sack or something. He didn't even get the ball. Now we've got a screen pass, and you would like to see him. You would like to see him do something more with this, I'll be honest. I mean, this one, the blocking is set up a little bit more. I think this is 13 coming over, or 19 maybe, the tight end. Coming over to take that guy out. He's caught this ball. He does just need to wrap up in here. He's got 32 probably. You would hope this block remains. So he's going to have, I think it's 32. I don't know, some player here. What ends up happening? So he doesn't come inside enough. I mean, you'd love to see him come inside this block, right? I mean, he kind of doesn't. I guess you'd like to see him come. He waited for it. And I don't know exactly what he's been coached or whatever, but you would like to see him come in to catch this ball coming in. I mean, I see that pretty frequently on other bubble screens and things like that. I mean, you want to be coming in towards the ball to wrap around this guy coming out. And he would have had a nice little setup here, but instead he kind of, he needs to be already having momentum in. And in that case, if he's already kind of moving in here, maybe he just brushes by 19's block and then goes this way. You'd like to see that, but instead he gets tripped up. Does make one guy miss, but definitely wasn't what I think you'd like to see there. In my opinion, I think you'd like to be moving towards the ball instead of catching it kind of flat-footed. There. Here he comes in motion and didn't do too much there. And here we go. He's on the outside. This is a good catch. We're going to get a ton of looks at this catch. It was reviewed. It was called a catch on the field. Again, I'm not thrilled with some of these throws from Carson Strong. The people really seem to like him a lot. Let's watch the route. Kind of a soft corner. I mean, that was not the greatest out, I don't think. Kind of a soft edge there. But he didn't need to be super sharp. You know, he had tons of room just to kind of, but it did seem a little bit rounded. And the ball's kind of dying there. And we're going to get some million slow-mo replays of this thing. And we'll see what you guys think. Here it comes. I think his hands are under that ball. We'll get more angles. Slow-mo. I mean, talk about a hands catch. That's nice. He's under it. He's hit the ground. Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, you want hands catchers. That looks pretty good to me. And then here's another one. Yep. You got it. So they did rule that a catch. The play stood. And we will now keep going. 21-20, San Jose State in the lead. I think that was another route I wanted to see here. So here's some press coverage here. Let's watch this one. Yeah, the ball doesn't go to him, but he is up here at the top, and he is looking at some press. Let's see how he does. Little dancing. Oh, the corner comes in, so he actually didn't have to do anything. But he was chopping at the line, but that guy never really put a hand on him. And then, so yeah, guess we didn't get to see too much because the corner blitz. So that's it for San Jose State. I think we saw some good plays and some, you know, not as good plays. I mean, he didn't do as much with the ball in his hands that we would have liked on some of those bubble screens, but we showed some good hands in some other ways. We saw a box out that was really nice, getting in position. And so there's Romeo. And then we're going to see him now against a pretty darn good defense, San Diego State. And number 23 is on him most of the time. Like I said, that guy is a NFL hopeful, at least. I mean, he's going to get some looks. He may be a late round draft pick. Here's, of course, on the outside, little in route and kind of dancing, maybe a little too much. You know, stops short, unfortunately. That's a good move, though. I like this little out route or this little in route here. Let's watch it again here. I mean, that's quick. That's a sharp. See, that's much sharper than that rounded out route we saw before. This is sharp. He's going to come, boom, and that's sharp inside. But you'd like to see him maybe just run straight towards the first down there. Here he is down here. Little comebacker. And nothing. A whole lot going on there. But, you know, he's showing some versatility here. This is a little comeback route. Nothing special. But we've now seen, you know, back shoulder fade. We've seen ins. We've seen outs. We've seen drags across the middle. We've seen comebacks. So we're seeing a pretty decent amount of routes that this guy is able to run. You know, pretty versatile, it seems. Here we go. Oh, that's a big one. Carson. You gotta, I mean, he had him way beat. Let's see if we get, I mean, he's way beat. He's way beat Hall. He has to stop, come all the way back. I mean, that's, yeah, you'd love to see, you know, an elite alpha receiver, you know, maybe come down with that. But watch this. We can see a lot of this route. Oh, sorry. Let's see. Here we go. So he's kind of up on him. I mean, it's not a super big cushion, but it's not like super hardcore press either. That's nice. I mean, he kind of stutter steps. Let's watch this in slow-mo. So he kind of stutter steps here. Right here, turns on some jets. He's got him. I mean, look at this. He's got him way beat. That is a touchdown. If Carson Strong puts on the goal line, that's a touchdown. Let's watch it again. I mean, what else do you want from the guy? Let's watch it in real time now. Boom. And there you go. He's got a little bit of arm action. He was getting separation, though. I mean, what else do you want, Carson? Let's look at it one more time. These are the plays that we need to really analyze and say, do we see something here? Boom. That's a cut and press. I mean, he's got, I mean, I don't know how much more you want. That's a full step on a go route. You know, not every receiver is going to get 10 yards of separation there, but that's wide open. You know, you put the ball out here, that's a touchdown. Instead, he has to slow up, come back to the ball, and incomplete. I mean, yeah, you'd love Megatron maybe, you know, jumps up and somehow gets that ball out of the air, but not everyone can do that. I'd like to see this play completed, though. I'll be honest with you. We'll see it again, but it's a back shoulder fade, isolated out against the corner, and he's fighting. He doesn't have quite the same box out that he did against San Jose State that we saw. He's more like a half box out. The other one, he had a full on, you know, shoulder pads name. His name was in the other guy's face mask on the other one. This time, not quite as much. He's going up with one hand, trying to palm this thing, and it just kind of bounces off. So he wasn't able to get position on Hall there the way he did against the player when we saw San Jose State. Unfortunately, it's an incompletion. I'd like to see that played a little bit better. Here he is actually lining up in the slot for a rare occasion. We're coming. Yeah, he got hit. Carson got hit, but what we're doing here, he's going to try to kind of sell, I think, an in and then actually pop out towards the back of the end zone. And you'll see he does that pretty well. Sell that in. Now he's popping back. This guy bit, I think, on the potential that he's coming in. Watch it again. He moves his body, kind of comes in, and then the ball is trash, but he's already past him. I mean, you talk about in soccer getting past that last line of defense. That's what's happened here. You've got a line of Aztecs, and Doubs is beyond that now. I mean, this ball gets thrown with a little bit of loft right here. I think it's a touchdown. And he did it because he sells kind of either a curl or an in. I'm not sure, either one, but he breaks it down like he's going to stop and sit right on the goal line. And then he sneaks past him. We'll watch it in full speed one more time. There's the breakdown. Sneak past. I think he's open, and he's upset because that ball did nothing. But I think Carson Strong got hit. We'll see it again here. Yeah, he gets hit. I mean, that's just kind of a duck. But I think he had his man beat in that short area. Now we've got some deep speed. Hall got burned again. I mean, just torched by Doubs here. Let's watch it in full time. I mean, that's just kind of straight up. He's got 2 or 3 steps now and, you know, loses his balance. I don't want to see Carson Strong throw the ball. We want to see the catch. Pretty nice ball. Let him. That's a hands catch there. Fingertip grab. You'd love to see him keep his balance, though, because I think it was kind of unforced. I don't think he was hit. I think he just kind of lost his balance going all out for that ball. But 23 is just flailing. It's that step. He just kind of trips himself up. That's a disappointing. Would have definitely been a touchdown, but great catch nonetheless. Now let's watch the whole route again. It's just a go. I mean, 23 tries to get a hand on him. He fights the handoff and then just blows past him. You got to like that, right? He's just gaining. I mean, right here, he's even. Now he's gaining. All right. Looks like he's showing some deep speed here. Not the first time, not the last time, folks. Here he is out here up top. Little in. Strong's pass gets batted down. Not too much, but it's a nice sharp in, I think, actually. Pretty nice in. He's open. The other guy was giving him space. He's open there. That's a nice sharp in, I think. Doubs out here. This is Cole Turner, the tight end. And what do we have here? Kind of coming across. Nothing there. Let's see this. Oh, sorry. So this is going to be a bubble screen. And he's coming in. Nothing really. He doesn't seem to do super hot on these, which is weird because he's a good punt returner. We'll see that in a little bit. He just doesn't. Again, it kind of catches this flat-footed. And I kind of want to see him moving when he catches that ball. So he's flat-footed right here. Block. You got a lineman coming out. And this guy, I guess, is maybe... I don't know if there's another Aztec right here. No, there's not. So he's got 3 Aztecs and 3 blockers. 1, 2, 3 blockers. 1, 2, 3 Aztecs. You'd like to see him make something happen here. He just kind of goes up the middle. Why didn't he follow the tight end out there? I kind of think he should have done that. Why? I mean, follow him out here. But he doesn't. He just goes straight into the mess. Gets tackled. I'd like to see him do a little more there. I think 2 out of the 3 bubble screens, we could have seen a little bit more. All right, we got a deep ball. Oh, not quite, Romeo. Not quite, bud. Again, kind of underthrown. He's running, and he has to stop and play center field, basically. If it's led, maybe, but the fact he has to completely stop and 14's trailing, I mean, you'd like to see him catch it, but at the same time, why is he having to catch it like that? Hands aren't great there, not in great position. Didn't catch it. Catches this one. Boom. Again, we're just talking about speed sometimes. He just has that deep speed. I mean, 23's now gotten roasted 3 times. Once an incomplete, once a complete, not a touchdown, and now a touchdown. He's going to be at the top of your screen. 23's giving him tons of room. And he still just torches him. Well, then he falls down, I guess. He falls down. But it's a touchdown. I mean, Strong was going to him. All right, now we get a punt return. This is fun. 3rd quarter. We're going to get a punt return. All right, here he goes. So he's got a 1 man to beat here, but he's got plenty of room to make it happen. So, yeah, outside. Now he's setting up his blocks. Outside. Okay. And cuts in, or cuts out to the sideline for, out of bounds. There's some speed there. Trying to set up some blocks. Speed there. Look. Speed there. Cut. And out of bounds. Not too shabby. He was trying to set up that block, which actually didn't even happen. He's up here, I think, at the top. In. Catch. Good hands catch again. Good hands catch again. I like that. I like that a lot. He created separation yards after the catch. 23 fell. He's not having a good game. But let's watch this thing. He did fall kind of, but maybe his sharp cut made him fall. I don't know. But it is a nice little in route. He seems to have a nice sharp in. We've seen him kind of round out his out routes. But that is a nice sharp in. It's more than once where he's done that, where he just plants and turns his body, comes right in. Boom. And obviously a very nice hands catch. Kind of a high pass. And brings it down. Now you're trying to really, elite speed, elite acceleration, maybe beats this tackle. Unfortunately, he gets wrapped up. We'll see it one more time. Still, a nice route, a nice catch, and yards after the catch, even though it wasn't broken, for something huge. He's going to be at the top of your screen. Another in. Oh, sorry. It's the same play all over again. All right, we got a punt return. Almost at the end of the clips here. Back. First guy missed and tackled. And this is a block. A little bit of more of a half-hearted block this time. Kind of a dud to end on. But welcome back. So that's Romeo Doubs. I'm pretty impressed. I enjoyed his film a lot, actually. The caveats are he did this as a junior. That was a junior film that we looked at. He is going to be a senior by the time he goes to the NFL, which is a ding. He's going to be G5. That's a ding. But we always find these little gems. Maybe he's not going to be a wide receiver 1 for your fantasy team, but in Deep Dynasty and Devy, C2C, I'm in an incredibly deep C2C league, and he is on the waivers right now. I definitely want him for next year on the college side, and I do think there's NFL potential here. We see seniors, do things at the Senior Bowl and get draft capital, and they can go on to be productive wide receivers in the NFL. Maybe not wide receiver 1s, but potentially wide receiver 2s for your fantasy team, 3s, flexes. And there's some hope there. So I like him. I think he is an NFL prospect. And we will see what happens in his senior year and, then the process and the Senior Bowl next year, if he makes it to that, combine testing, et cetera, et cetera. But I think there's some potential here that he could be, a mid-round draft pick. I'm not going to say, up to the second round, but somewhere maybe between 3, 4, 5th round, like guys that you end up liking from time to time. Stephon Diggs was a 5th round pick. Yes, that's an outlier. We know we want 3rd round or higher. We know that, but super deep dynasties and stuff, and certainly on the college side for next year, give Romeo Doubs a look. I think he's probably available. I'm in a C2C that's got like 45 roster spots or something on the college side, and he is not rostered right now. I'm going to be putting in a bid. I hope none of my league mates are listening to this. Just kidding. Keep listening, subscribe, the whole 9 yards. That's fine. I'm going to be putting a bid in on him. I like Romeo Doubs. I think he's a very worthy sleeper Saturday. I hope you enjoyed this. Please give me a like, comment, all the engagement. I love the engagement. Engage on Twitter. You've got the handle right down there. This is also a podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, vice versa. If you are listening on the podcast and you want to see the film, same account. Why wait till Sunday? Go to YouTube. Check that out. But your likes, your reviews, your comments, these all mean a ton to me. And if you enjoy what we're doing here, give me that engagement. I want to engage with you. I want to answer your questions and follow up. And, we're just out here having a good time. So Sleeper Saturday marches on. And I will see y'all next week. We've got some interviews set up with some really cool people. And, we'll continue to be going through the 2024 prospects, wide receivers, tight ends up with the Boz. So you definitely want to check that out. And we'll see you next time.